Hello children, here we are back with another episode of General English. Today we are going to focus on two lessons. The first one is about singular and plural nouns. The second one is about the varieties of English in British and American English. So first of all, let's see what are called as singular and plural nouns. As you all know, singular nouns refer to one item, while the plural nouns refer to more than one item. So, in common way, we accept if there is an S or ES at the end of a noun, we accept it as a singular noun. But there are special nouns in English which ends with letter S, but they refer to singular noun. Therefore, with such nouns, we have to use singular verb. So, let's see. Singular nouns. Some nouns ending in S are singular and usually a singular verb is used. Some diseases like mumps, measles, rickets. If we say a sentence, measles is a contagious disease. And also some names of subjects ending in ICS, X sound, like linguistics, phonetics, mathematics, classics, statistics, likewise. If we put them in sentences, we have to use them with singular verbs. Mathematics is not an easy subject. Statistics is a subject you can learn at the university. But when the word statistics referring to figures, it becomes a plural noun. Like the recent statistics on divorce are alarming. There the word statistics refer to a figure, a number of cases. Therefore, in such situations, we have to use the noun with a plural verb. So, if we add some more subjects, you can find economics, physics, the subjects that you follow in your schools, right? So, they also count as singular nouns. So, other than those two categories, there are some games. With them also, we have to use singular verb. Let's see. Billiards, dominoes, darts, gymnastics. So, they are always taken as singular nouns. And news is always singular. Although it ends with letter S, it is taken as a singular noun. Then some plural nouns refer to single items that consist of two linked parts like clothes that people wear or certain tools which we use in our day-to-day life. Although they consist of two linked parts, we take them as plural nouns like glasses, jeans, knickers, pyjamas, pants, trousers, shorts, binoculars, pliers, pincers, scissors, scales, tweezers, shears. We will further discuss about them, right? We generally use a plural determiner and plural verb with these nouns. So, if we put them in sentence, these trousers are dirty. Although we refer to one item, we count it as a plural noun. These trousers are dirty. These scissors are blunt. These scissors are blunt. So, we talked about singular nouns. Now let us move on to plural nouns. There are special points that we have to discuss. The following nouns occur only in the plural in English. What are they? Cattle. Now, we can't take that noun as a singular noun in English. So, the following nouns occur only in the plural. What are they? Cattle, people, police, funds when we refer to money, right? The funds is taken as a plural noun. Arms, when we refer to weapons, the word arms is taken as a plural noun. Premises, quarters, spirits, outskirts, stairs, surroundings, goods, clothes. These are taken as plural nouns, so you have to always use them with plural verb. Therefore, we usually use a plural verb with these nouns. Let's look at some sentences. The police are looking for the man who robbed the bank. The police are looking. The police are looking for the man who robbed the bank. The word police, the noun police, is taken as a plural noun. The police are looking for the man who robbed the bank. The cattle. The cattle are grazing at the meadow. The cattle is taken as a plural noun. Therefore, we have to use it with a plural verb. The cattle are grazing at the meadow. We generally do not use numbers before these nouns. You cannot say 2 clothes, 3 cattle. Likewise, you can't use numbers before these nouns because they are taken as plural nouns. But we can use a pair of when talking about one item. When we use a singular verb, when we want to use it as a singular verb, we have to use a pair of. This pair of trousers is torn. When you use these plural nouns with a pair of, the verb always becomes singular. This pair of trousers is torn. In many plural nouns, the plural suffix s or es is dropped when used with other nouns. So, in many plural nouns, if they are used with other nouns, we have to drop s or es at the end. Like trousers, if the word is used with another noun, like as in this example, my trouser pocket. Pocket is the other noun. So, with that noun, the word trousers have become trouser. We have omitted s. My trouser pocket. Pyjama trousers. Pyjama trousers. There the word pyjamas has omitted s and we have to put it as pyjama trousers. However, some plural nouns retain the same form when used in front of other nouns. Arm steel, clothes peg, jeans pocket, binoculars lens, likewise. Now, we have so far talked about singular nouns and plural nouns. We learnt what are the nouns which are only counted as singular nouns in English and what are the nouns which are only counted as plural nouns in English. Now, we are moving on to talk about another special point. We have to focus on when putting the verb. We should see what are regular nouns and what are irregular nouns, because based on their type, we have to pluralize them. There are different kinds. Let's see. Count nouns can be classified as regular and irregular nouns according to the way in which they are pluralized. Regular nouns form their plural by addition of the plural suffix s and es in a regular manner. So, regular nouns form their plurals by adding s or es at the end of the singular noun. It's that simple, right? So, if we take some examples, book, books, potato, potatoes, table, tables, chair, chairs, head, heads, mango, mangoes. By simply adding s or es, we can make the plural of these regular nouns. And we can use os or eos. The following nouns ending in o are pluralized by adding plural morpheme es, like burrow, burrows, echoes, embargoes, heroes, negroes, potatoes, tomatoes, torpedoes, and vetoes. So, all these nouns are ending with o, the word o. So, in such situations, we have to add os or eos at the end to make the plural of them. We can add the plural morpheme s or es to the following nouns ending in o. What are those nouns? Cargo, the last letter is o, right? So, how do we make the plural? By adding es, cargoes, cargo, cargoes, commando, commandos. So, there are commandos by adding s or es, both ways are accepted. Buffaloes, buffaloes by adding s or es, both ways are accepted. Banjos or by adding es, banjos, both ways are accepted. Flamingos, flamingos, so both ways are accepted by adding s or es. Halos, halos, mottos, mottos. The singular noun ends with letter o, but we can make the plural by adding s or es, both ways are accepted. Tornadoes, tornadoes, volcanoes, volcanoes, grottos, grottos, right? Likewise. So, children, we can add s, es, eos at the end of regular nouns to form the plural form of those nouns. We can add only the plural morpheme s to the following nouns ending in o. But there are set of nouns which ends with letter o, and we can only add s to form the plural. What are they? Let us see some examples. Radio, the last letter is o. Although the last letter is o, we can't add es. We have to add only s to make the plural. Radio, radios. Studio, studios. Libido, libidos. Auto, autos. Ditto, dittos. Cameo, cameos. Like that, right? So, we can add only the plural morpheme s to these type of nouns ending with letter o. And there are some abbreviations we use. There, of course, we have to add only s when we make the plural, like hippo, hippos. We can't add es. Hippo, hippos, kilo, kilos, photo, photos, piano, pianos. Then we will see how irregular nouns are pluralized. Now, so far we have talked about how regular nouns are pluralized. So, there are easy methods. You have to add s, es, eos by looking at the last letter of the noun. But in irregular nouns, they are different. Children, we have to see the type of irregular noun before forming their plural. So, let us see what are the situations. This is very, very important, and you have to memorize all these things when learning English. So, let us see what are these types of irregular nouns and how can we form the plural form. First way is voicing plus plural. How do we make the plural? Nouns in which the singular noun ends in the voiceless f changes to the voiced v sound. The voiced plurals are spelled like uvs or ves. The f is silent. The f is silent in the singular noun. There you have to add the v sound and it will spelled as uvs. Let us see some examples. The last sound is f and it is voiceless. So, we have to omit that sound and we have to add the sound v. And we have to make the plural by adding ves. Knife, knives. Leaf, leaves. Thief, thieves. Shelf, shelves. Like that. We have to omit f sound and we have to add v sound with uvs, right? So, that is about voicing plus plural. Then by internal vowel change or we call it mutation. For certain English nouns, we have to change the internal vowel or we call it mutation to form the plural. What are the examples? Man, men. Foot, feet. Now, in man, the singular noun is man, the plural noun is men. The internal vowel A has been changed to E. Then foot, the plural noun is feet. Internal vowels have been changed. Tooth, singular noun is tooth, plural noun is teeth. Internal vowels have been changed, right. So, likewise by changing the internal vowel or we call it mutation, we can form the plural form of certain irregular nouns in English. Then by adding en at the end like child, children, ox, oxen. There we have to add en at the end to make the plural form. Then there is another special kind in irregular nouns. They are called as foreign plurals. We have to form the plural in a foreign way. Nouns ending in us. Nouns ending in us. Only regular plurals, bonuses, campuses, choruses, circuses, viruses. So, such nouns end with us and we have to make the plural by adding es at the end. Bonus, bonuses. Campus, campuses. Chorus, choruses. Circus, circuses. Virus, viruses, like that. Then both regular and foreign plurals are there. So, two plural forms can be accepted. How come? Cactus, cactuses, or we call cacti. Cactus, the plural form, we have regular and foreign one also, cactuses and cacti. Then focus, the plural form, focuses or foci. Focuses or foci, both words are accepted. Then radius, the plural form is radiuses or radii. Radii, radiuses or radii. Then syllabus, the plural form, syllabuses or syllabi. Syllabi, that is also accepted. Then only foreign plurals are also there, right? That means only one plural form is there. Alumnus, alumni. alumnus, alumni, bacillus, bacilli, bacillus, bacilli, stimulus, stimuli, stimulus, stimuli. These are little bit complex, my dear children, but you have to study further. These nouns form their plurals based on their root. And there's another type, both plurals. So, both the nouns are taken as plural nouns. Aquariums, aquaria, both are plural nouns, but they are kind of foreign plurals. Mediums, media, memorandums, memoranda. So, both the nouns are accepted as plural nouns. So, we talked about the nouns ending with us. Now, we are going to talk about the nouns ending in is. Regular plurals by adding es. Metropolis, metropolises. Metropolis, metropolises. Regular way of forming the plural by adding es. Then only foreign plurals like analysis, analysis, same pronunciation, my dear children, but different spellings. Analysis, the last two letters are is in the singular noun, but in plural noun, last two letters are es, analysis. Then basis, again same pronunciation, basis, but the meaning is different. Meaning has become plural. Crisis, crisis. Diagnosis, diagnosis. Oasis, oasis. The nouns ends with is and they form their plural form by adding es at the end. Ellipsis, ellipses. Likewise. Then let us look at the nouns ending in ex or ix. Let us look at the nouns ending in ex or ix. Both regular and foreign plurals like apexes, apices, apexes, apices. Apexes ends with es, so the plural comes as apices. Indexes, index, the singular nouns ends with es and the plural is formed with adding es in regular manner or by adding after omitting ex and adding ices. Indices. Appendix is the singular noun. Appendix is the singular noun. The last two letters are ix. How do we form the plural? In regular way, we can just add es and form the plural as appendices. Then in a foreign way, we can omit ix and we can add ices as appendices, appendices. Then there are certain words which have only foreign plurals like codex, codices, codices, codex, codices. There you can't form regular plural as codexes. There's only foreign way, that is codices. Right. The other kind is nouns ending in letter A. The last letter is A. Only regular plurals as area, the last letter is A. Then area, areas. Arena, the last letter is A, arenas. Diploma, the last letter is A. We make the plural by adding s, diplomas, regular way. Dilemma, dilemmas. Drama, dramas. Then both plurals. Formulas, formulae. Formula, formulas, formulae. Both are accepted as plural nouns. antennas or antennae, vertebrae, 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 vertebrae. Then only foreign plurals like alga, algae, larva, larvae. So that is how we form the plural of the nouns ending with letter A by adding E or by adding S. Then nouns ending in UM, nouns ending in letter U and M. Only regular plurals are there like album, the last two letters are UM. We can just form in the regular way the plural albums. Museum, last two letters are UM. We can form the plural by adding S, museums. Stadium, last two letters are UM. We can just form the plural by adding S, stadiums. Forum, last two letters are UM. We can make the plural form by adding S, forums. Then there are foreign plurals also in this category. Curriculum, curriculum, last two letters are UM, but the plural noun is curricula. Bacterium, bacteria. Stratum, strata. Nouns ending in letter O and N. What are the regular plurals? Demon. Last two letters are O and N. Demon. So, in regular manner we can form by adding S, demons. Electron, electrons. Neutron, neutrons. Proton, protons. You are learning these words in your other subjects also, right? Then both plurals, both are counted as plural nouns. Automatons, automata. Automatons, automata, both are counted as plural nouns. Then there are foreign plurals too in this category. Criterion, plural noun is criteria. Phenomenon, plural noun is phenomena. So that is another category. Let's see the nouns ending with EU or EAU sometimes. Both regular and foreign plurals are accepted. ADU, ADU, same pronunciation, children, but different spellings. ADU, ADU. ADIEUS or ADIEUX. ADU, ADU, ADU. Bureau, bureau. Bureau, bureau. Plateau, plateau. Plateau, plateau. Same pronunciation but different spellings. Then there is another kind called zero plurals. What are they? We don't change the noun in any mean by adding a morpheme to a plural form. We use the same form as in singular noun. They are called as zero plurals. For an example, dear, dear. So, when we refer to one deer, we can use deer. I saw a deer. But when we refer to two of them, we can say I saw two deer. Likewise, right? Then sheep, sheep. They are counted as zero plurals. I saw one sheep when I was crossing the garden. He was feeding 5 sheep when I met him. Likewise, children, we use the same word for singular and plural, both situations. We use the same word in zero plurals. Furniture, furniture. Although we refer to one item, we can say, I want to buy a furniture. If you want to buy many, you can say, I saw some furniture at the store, like that, right. So, although you are referring to plural form, you have to use the same word. They are called as zero plurals. Okay. Now we are going to move on to the activity given in your book, right? Please take your book, in your textbook, page 80, page 80. Before listening activity, complete the following two tables as quickly as you can in your exercise book. Right, let's see. The singular nouns are given. You have to write the plural noun. I think they are very easy for you. Now we have discussed how do we form the plural form, right? We discussed about irregular nouns and regular nouns as well. So let's see. You can take time to fill this up. Right. We'll discuss instrument. What is the plural noun? Yes, that is a regular noun. So you can just add s and say instruments. Fly. What is the last letter? Last letter is Y. So you have to omit Y and add IES, flies, to make the plural. Fly, flies. You have learnt about forming this type of plural nouns in your early grades, right? Mango, mangoes. Just by adding es, you can form the plural. Bus, buses. Right, let's see the rest. Lorry, what is the last letter? Y. So how to form the plural? You have to omit Y and add IES, lorries. Child, child. Is it a regular noun or an irregular noun? Yes, it's an irregular noun, child. There you have to add RE and children. Children is the plural form. Man, if you can remember, we talked about internal vowel change. This is an irregular noun. So, man, what is the plural form? Men. Criterion, what are the last two letters? ON. So, how to make the plural? So, that is a foreign plural, criteria, criteria, right? So, we'll revise the answers again. Instrument, instruments. Fly, flies. Mango, mangoes. Bus, buses. Lorry, lorries. Child, children. Man, men. Criterion, criteria. Actually, we talked a little bit more content about forming singular and plural in English today. So, the whole thing is very, very important for your syllabus. That is why I have described it. Okay, so let's see the next one. There they have given the plural noun. You have to write the singular noun. So, take your time. Let's go through the plural nouns given. Deer, zeros, wolves, cacti, analysis, hooves, phenomena and fungi. So, let's see what are their singular nouns. Deer. If you can remember, I explained deer is a zero plural in English. So, the singular noun is also deer. Then zeros. What are the last two letters? They have added ES. So, what should be the singular form? Zero. Wolves, VES is there. That means there should be a voiceless F at the end of the singular noun. So, it should be wolf, wolf, wolves. Then cacti. This is a foreign plural. And if you can remember, there's regular plural too as cactuses. So, for the singular noun cactus, we can accept cactuses and cacti, both plural nouns. Then analysis, what is the singular noun? Same pronunciation children, but different spellings. analysis is the singular one, while the plural one forms analyses. Analysis, analysis. Then hooves, again like wolves, ends with ves. That means there should be a voiceless f in the singular noun. So it should be hoof, hoof, hooves. Then phenomena, phenomenon. Phenomenon is the singular noun and the plural noun is phenomena. That is an irregular noun. Then fungi, another irregular noun. The singular noun is fungus. Fungus, fungi. Fungus, fungi. Right, now moving on to the second question. Look at the second question given in your book. Read this paragraph about plurals in English and fill in the blanks choosing from the words below. What are the words given? Completely, singular, irregular, s and English. So those are the 5 words you have to use and there are 5 blanks. We all know that most English nouns have a blank and a plural form. We change a singular word into the plural most often by adding blank or sometimes es or ies. But there are plurals that are formed in blank different ways. These are called blank plural nouns or irregular nouns. Right, so let's fill up the rest of the blanks. We all know that most English nouns have a singular and plural form. We change a singular word into the plural most often by adding s or sometimes es or ies. But there are plurals that are formed in completely different ways. How do we call them, children? We call them as irregular nouns, right? These are called irregular plural nouns or irregular nouns. Right, so you can check your answers again. We all know that most English nouns have a singular and a plural form. We change a singular word into the plural most often by adding s or sometimes es or ies. But there are plurals that are formed in completely different ways. These are called irregular plural nouns or irregular nouns. Right, children, so I hope you have marked your answers. Let's move on to another activity. This is given in page 81 in your textbook. That is a while listening activity. Right? Now let's first read the poem about irregular plural nouns in English. That's actually a funny poem, right? You can go through it and then listen to the recording. So your teacher will play the recording at school if you are doing it at school. Fill in the blanks as you listen. Your teacher will play the recording at least 3 times with short breaks in between. If she is playing the recording, she will play it for 3 times for you to listen it properly. But here we are going to discuss the answers, okay? Before discussing the answers, I would like to give you some time to go through the poem. What is the topic? Even the topic looks funny, right? Crazy English plurals. Actually, the plurals are crazy in English, right? Okay, let's see. We'll begin with a box and the plural is boxes. But the plural of ox should be blank, not oxes. The one fowl is a goose, but 2 are called blank. Yet the plural of blank should never be miss. You may find a lone blank or a whole set of mice, yet the plural of house is blank, not highs. If the plural of man is always men, why shouldn't the plural of blank be pen? Let's try to fill up the blanks, right? We'll begin with a box and the plural is boxes. But the plural of ox should be, is it oxes, my dear children? No, if you can remember, we have to add en at the end to make the plural of ox. So, the answer should be oxen. The one fowl is a goose, but two are called not gooses. What is the word? Geese. Goose, the plural is geese, internal vowel change. Yet the plural of moose should never be meese. The plural of moose should never be meese, right? You may find a lone mouse or a whole set of mice. Mouse is the singular noun, mice is the plural noun. Yet the plural of house is houses, not highs. Although they have same spellings, mouse and house, we can't form the plural in the same way, children, right? Mouse, the plural is mice. House, the plural is houses. House is a regular noun. Mouse is an irregular noun. That is the reason. If the plural of man is always men, why shouldn't the plural of pan be pen? Pan is a regular noun. The plural is pans, not pen, right? So, that is why we say it is crazy, right? We'll look at the rest of the poem. If I speak of a blank and you show me your feet and I give you a boot, would a pair be called blank? If one is a tooth and a whole set are blank, why shouldn't the plural of blank be called beeth? Then one may be that and three would be blank, yet blank in the plural wouldn't be horse. And the plural of cat is blank and not coarse. We speak of a blank and also be breathen, but though we say mother, we blank say meither. Okay, let's fill up the blanks. If I speak of a foot, you show me your feet. Foot is the singular noun, feet is the plural. And I give you a boot, but do we say boot beat? No. Would a pair be called beat? No, it is boots. If one is a tooth and a whole set are teeth, why shouldn't the plural of, now if it is beeth, what should be the singular? Booth, but is it like that? No, right? It is different. Although tooth, the plural is teeth, we can't use beeth as the plural of booth. Then one may be that and three would be those, that, those. For one item we say that and for many items we say those. Yet hat in the plural wouldn't be horse. That, those, hat, horse. We don't say like that, right? Hat, the plural is hats. And the plural of cat is again cats. It's a regular noun. We speak of a brother and also of brethren, but though we say mother, we don't say meither, right? We are going to the last few lines. Then the blank pronouns are he, his and him, but the blank is hardly she, she's and shims. Then the male pronouns he, his and him. But female pronouns, they are different. She, we don't say she's, we say her. And we don't say shim, we say hers or her again, right? So, English language, you will all agree, is the craziest language you ever did see, because there is no uniformity, right? So, there are certain changes according to the root of the word, according to the category, whether they are regular or irregular. We have to write different words, right? So, English language, you will all agree, is the craziest language you ever did see. Now, these two lines, I have put my own words, children. So, if you find any other suitable words which are really matching for the blanks, you can add them, right? Okay. So, let us move on to the questions in page 82 as well, after listening questions. Which lines do not refer to nouns but to pronouns? If you can remember, there were two lines referring to pronouns there. Then the male pronouns are he, his and him, but the female is hardly she, she's and shim. Make a list of all the irregular nouns you find in the poem. What are the irregular nouns you found in the poem? Ox, oxen, goose, geese, mouse, mice, man, men, foot, feet, tooth, teeth, that, those. Why do you think the poem calls English plurals crazy? Do you agree with that idea? Now, this is my idea, children. You can write your own ideas, because the poem includes both regular and irregular plurals. Plurals also differ according to their origin, right? Then there are few more questions which you can do with your teacher, right? Listen to the poem again and practice reciting it. Then you have to take turns to recite it individually. These two questions you can do at the school. Then for homework, they are asking to write a humorous story like the humorous poem. You can write your own story or children's story using the plural nouns given in the regular and irregular nouns given in the poem, right? Then we are going to talk about another special point. In page 82, children, we are going to focus on British English, American English and Sri Lankan English. Actually, as Sri Lankans, for academic purposes, we use British English. We have to be considered about the spellings, British spellings, right? British pronunciation. But when we are talking in our day-to-day lives, we use a mix of them, fair mix of them, right? We use both American English words and British English words as well, right? So, look at the table given. There they have given British English word, Sri Lankan English word and American English word. Aubergines, now we call brinjals, British people call them aubergines and Americans call them eggplant. Then as Sri Lankans we call expressway, but British people they say motorway, or Americans say highway, freeway, expressway, right? Then as Sri Lankans we call lift, or we call it elevator, but in British they use only lift and in America they call it elevator. Then in Sri Lankan English we call it tap, even British people call it tap, while the Americans call it faucet. Then in Sri Lanka we use handbags, even British people call it handbag, but Americans call it purse, right? Then Americans call it fall for the autumn, and Sri Lankans, as Sri Lankans we also call autumn, right? So, you can fill the blank in your book. Then British people call it pavement, we also call it pavement, and Americans say sidewalk. Then what is the word used for garbage by British people? They call it rubbish and Americans call it garbage, and as Sri Lankans we use both words, rubbish and garbage. Then in Sri Lankan English, we call for a taxi or a cab. But in British, they call taxi, only taxi. In America, they call it cab. Then in America, they call it apartments, and in British, they call it flat. You can fill the blank, children. In Sri Lanka, we use both words, flat and apartments. Then for aeroplane, British people call it aeroplane. Even as Sri Lankans, we call it aeroplane, but Americans, they call it airplane. Airplane. You can fill the blanks. Then British people, for the vacation, we call vacation or holidays. We use both words. British people call it holidays. Americans call it vacation. Then for a pharmacy, we call it pharmacy. Then British people say chemist and Americans say drugstore. We use a different word, right? Then in American English, they call it gasoline or gas, and British people call it petroleum or petrol, right? As Sri Lankans, we call it petrol, right? In page 83, there's an activity, small activity based on British and American spellings and the Sri Lankan spellings, right? So, we'll see. You might have experienced this while you are using your computer, right? Computer or even the phone. When we type something in a British English, sometimes they get underlined, children. Why is that? Because the software is made in America and they accept the American English way of spelling the word. That is why it gets underlined, right? But as Sri Lankan people, we use British English as the accepted one. So, we have to follow the British spellings, right? Color, C-O-L-O-U-R. In American English, it is C-O-L-O-R. They have omitted U. So, in Sri Lanka, we use British one, C-O-L-O-U-R. Then theatre, same pronunciation but different spellings. T-H-E-A-T-R-E in British English. Then in American English, T-H-E-A-T-E-R, and in Sri Lanka, we use the British way of spelling it. Then realize, British English, the last two letters are SC, in American English, ZD, and in Sri Lanka, we use mostly ZE. Then privatization, there you can find SA in the middle, but in American English, ZA, and we use in Sri Lanka SA, privatization. Then traveller, there are two L's in the middle in British English, then American English only one, and in Sri Lankan English we use traveller, T-R-A-V-E, double L-E-R. Then aging, A-G-E-I-N-G in British English. Then in American English they have omitted E, but in Sri Lanka we use British way of spelling. Then anemic, A-N-A-E-M-I-C in British English, American English A-N-E-M-I-C, and in Sri Lanka we use the British spelling A-N-E-A-M-I-C. Okay children, so today we talked about two types of nouns, singular nouns, plural nouns, and how do we form the plural according to irregular nouns and regular nouns. We talked a lot about forming irregular nouns, and we learnt about how do we use American English, British English and Sri Lankan English, what are the differences of them, how the spellings get differ, how the pronunciation get differ, and as Sri Lankans, what are the words that we use. So, I hope you learned something new from my lesson today. Let's meet again children. Have a nice day.